Hi everyone, I'm Dan Carbone. With me I have Dan Bishop from Bishop Construction, and today we're going to talk about estimating and problem solving and what it takes, but let's do it from a traveler's perspective. So the one thing that I've noticed about Dan is he told me this story once about traveling overseas and trying to figure out where his next meal was going to come from. But how does that tie into what you do? I guess give him the story real quick about what happened overseas, and then how do you tie that into problem solving when you show up to estimate a house?
Well, so many times when we'd be traveling, we were backpackers back in the day, and you'd always have your foods, water, supplies, and you go out hiking, you go out in the bush, you go out volcano climbing a lot, and the first time we ran out of food and water, that was a shocker to us because our normal sources of food and water were definitely gone during Ramadan. And so we ran into a situation where we had to constantly think and invent ways to find food, to find water, and to find shelter. And if we didn't, we were going to go a couple of days without food and water. So that was a little bit of an inconvenience. But it, before I had these traveling experiences, failure was always an option. But when you start traveling and you're really on your own, failure is not an option. You keep thinking, you keep reinventing things, you keep looking at the same thing that you didn't have answers to, and you find answers. So I've been called out to numerous potential jobs where people would say, okay, these other contractors, they couldn't find a way to do what we want to do.
Right.
And I would consistently be the one to say, I know that we're going to find a way to do this.
Right.
It just hasn't hit yet.
Because you've been
So I need a couple of visits. I need to, every time you come back, you're going to look at the same thing differently.
Right.
So you have to, if it's in your head that you're going to solve this problem, you will solve the problem.
So when it comes to either a new construction job or a foundation repair, problems come easier to you because you've had these other worldly experiences where you got to think on the fly, and
Absolutely.
This has been sort of like ingrained in your head at this point.
Absolutely, and it's not that you're any smarter than anyone else, but the more experiences you have and the more things you have thrown at you, the better you're going to do.
So if you want to hear about Dan's worldly travels while he's fixing your home, it's something you just can't miss. So not only is Dan and his team, very educated in what they do, but these guys are also down to earth, and they're the kind of people you want walking through your home. So if you need any more information, Dan Bishop, give these guys a call, and they'd be happy to help you out.